Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the failures and success, and we're discussing it with ChatGPT, and we'll get some insight from it. And we are from Rehan Allah Institute, that is Teachers Institute. As you all know, that we conduct these kind of talks with ChatGPT and sometimes with Call Any. So today we are going to discuss with ChatGPT about the failures and the success, that learning from failure, turning setbacks into opportunities. So now let's get started. Now let's call ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, welcome back to my channel, and let's have some conversation and have insights from you about my topics, that is learning from failure, turning setbacks into opportunities. Hey
Hey
ChatGPT,
there.
are you there?
Absolutely. I'm here, ready to dive into the topic of learning from failure and turning setbacks into opportunities. Just let me know what specific aspects you want to explore, and we can get started.
Yeah, ChatGPT, that we are going to talk today. That is, we are diving into something we all face but rarely we celebrate. That is failure. Because what if I told you that every setback could actually be a setback for a comeback? So I have a question for you, that's so true. But that many people fear failure. Okay, why do you think failure has such a negative impact?
That's such a great question. I think failure often gets a negative rap because of societal norms and cultural expectations. From a young age, we're taught to aim for success and avoid mistakes, and that can create a lot of pressure. Plus, failure can feel like a personal reflection of our abilities or worth. Over time, though, people start to realize that failure is actually a powerful learning tool and can lead to growth and innovation.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And why is failure considered an important part of learning process?
Yeah, definitely. Failure is super important because it provides real world feedback that helps us understand what works and what doesn't. It pushes us to reflect, adapt, and improve. Plus, overcoming failure builds resilience and confidence, and it often leads to deeper insights and creativity that success alone might not teach us. It's definitely a crucial part of growth.
Absolutely correct. How can a person turn a failure into an opportunity for growth?
That's a great question. One way is to practice self reflection and analyze what went wrong without being too hard on yourself. Another way is to embrace a growth mindset, seeing challenges as opportunities to learn. It's also helpful to seek feedback from others and to remain persistent. And of course, celebrating small wins along the way can help maintain motivation. Over time, these steps really turn failure into a powerful catalyst for growth.
Absolutely. Why do many people fear failure, and how can we overcome that?
Yeah, that fear often comes from a mix of societal pressures, personal insecurities, and the fear of judgment or disappointment. To overcome it, it helps to reframe failure as a learning experience rather than a negative endpoint. Building a supportive environment, practicing self compassion, and focusing on the process rather than just the outcome can really help. Over time, that mindset shift makes failure less intimidating and more of a stepping stone.
Yeah. How does failure build resilience?
Well, failure really tests our ability to bounce back. Each time we encounter setbacks, we learn how to adapt, problem solve, and persevere. Over time, those experiences strengthen our mental and emotional endurance. It also helps us build confidence because we see that we can overcome challenges. And as we keep pushing forward, we become more adaptable and more resilient in the face of future setbacks.
Yeah, correct. Resilience grows when you face challenges. Yeah, you're right. What mindset should we develop to handle setbacks positively?
Absolutely. Growth mindset is key, where you view challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles. Also, cultivating self-compassion helps. So being kind to yourself during setbacks. Additionally, focusing on adaptability and perseverance is important. And finally, practicing gratitude and celebrating small progress can really help maintain a positive outlook. All these elements together make it easier to handle setbacks with a positive attitude.
Correct, correct. How can teachers or leaders encourage learning from failure?
That's a great angle. Teachers and leaders can really encourage learning from failure by creating a safe, supportive environment where mistakes are seen as part of the learning process. They can model vulnerability by sharing their own experiences with failure. Offering constructive feedback and emphasizing effort over innate ability is also super helpful. And of course, celebrating growth and progress, even when it's incremental, can really help build that resilient mindset in students and team members.
Yeah, absolutely. Giving it great answers. How can we stay motivated after experiencing repeated failures?
Staying motivated after repeated failures definitely takes some resilience and the right mindset. One key approach is to keep the bigger picture in mind and remind yourself term goals. Also, breaking those goals into smaller, manageable steps can help maintain momentum. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who encourage you and provide positive feedback can also be a huge boost. And of course, taking time for self care and celebrating the small wins along the way can help maintain that motivation and keep you moving forward.
Absolutely correct. Can you share an example of a famous person who turned failure into success?
Absolutely. A classic example is Thomas Edison. He faced countless failures while inventing the light bulb, and he famously said that he didn't fail, but rather found thousands of ways that didn't work. Eventually, his persistence led to one of the most impactful inventions in history. Another great example is J.K. Rowling, who faced multiple rejections before Harry Potter was published. Both of them really turned their setbacks into incredible successes.
Absolutely. What are some practical steps to recover from a setback?
Great question. A few practical steps include first, allowing yourself a bit of time to process the setback and acknowledge your feelings. Then try to reflect on what happened and identify the lessons learned. Setting new realistic goals can help you stay focused and motivated. It's also important to reach out for support, whether from friends, mentors, or peers. And finally, practicing self-care and maintaining a positive routine can really help you bounce back stronger.
Absolutely powerful. I love that perspective, but it's not always easy. How can people stay motivated after failing?
Yeah, it can definitely be challenging. One approach is to focus on the progress rather than perfection, celebrating even the small steps forward. It also helps to keep a routine and maintain healthy habits because consistency can build momentum. Another key is to keep your purpose in mind and remind yourself why you started in the first place. And of course, connecting with a community or a support network can really provide that encouragement and accountability to keep going.
That's inspiring. Uh, what's one message you would like to leave for anyone struggling from a setback?
I'd say remember that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Keep believing in yourself, stay curious, and trust that growth often comes from the most challenging moments. You're not alone, and each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Keep pushing forward, and you've got this.
Absolutely. That's powerful. But how can someone turn a failure into learning opportunity?
A great way is to start by reflecting on what happened and identifying the specific lessons you can take away. It helps to ask yourself questions like, what can I improve or what will I do differently next time? Also, seeking feedback from others can give you new perspectives, and turning those insights into actionable steps really helps create a path forward. Over time, that mindset shift transforms failure into a stepping stone for growth and improvement.
Beautifully said. That's inspiring. Yeah. So, friends, next time you stumble, don't lose heart. Look for the lesson because sometimes failing down is just how we learn to fly. Exactly. Embrace your failure, go through them, and keep shining brighter than ever. See you all in the next episode of Mind Talk. And thank you so much, ChatGPT, for sharing so much information and giving us so much of knowledge that will help us in future and with the improvement in our thinking process.
That was absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad we get to chat about all of this, and I'm always here to help and share insights. I'm looking forward to the next episode of Mind Talk, and I appreciate you having me along for the journey. Keep shining bright, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care and have a great one. Looking forward to our next chat. Until then, stay inspired.
Sure, sure. Bye bye.
Bye for now. Take care and talk to you soon.